In this video, I'm just sharing my heart on something that I'm experiencing, and that is how exhausting it is to resist the flesh and surrender to the spirit. There's an ongoing battle. And when you reach a point, when you are fed up with a particular sin in your life or a habit, just acknowledge the fact that you are going to have to suffer and embrace that suffering. You're going to have to let the baby cry. And the more you resist that and try to run to something to distract you from sitting in that suffering with the Lord, the more you're going to prolong it. So I notice my flesh wants to latch on to seemingly innocent things, but ultimately distractions. For example, mindless scrolling, emotional eating, spending money on things I don't need. It's like the mind wants to get some kind of fix because you're making it go without. You're telling the flesh no. So now it's kicking and screaming. And this is precisely when we surrender, because in our own strength and our own effort, we are not going to be able to fight. It is 100% surrender to the Spirit in these moments. So it's exhausting and it leaves us feeling so tired, so tired. And I just want to say it's normal to feel depressed. Don't feel bad about feeling depressed. Look at David. You read the Psalms. He says, my eyes are swollen from crying. My problems go from bad to worse. I mean, you could go on and on about how much David lamented. But one thing you can admire about David is his vulnerability. Why do we hold back so much on being vulnerable with God? And another thing about David, he never stopped crying out. He would even say, like, God, where are you? Do you hear me? I won't stop crying out. He won't stop. Perseverance. Just acknowledge the fact that you are going to have to suffer and embrace that suffering. You're going to have to let the baby cry. And the more you resist that and try to run to something to distract you from sitting in that suffering with the Lord, the more you're going to prolong it. There's so much good to rejoice in. No matter how negative the circumstance is, no matter how bad I feel or how much depression kicks up in me or loneliness, whatever it is, we have something so much greater than that. And I'll be honest with you, if I didn't know the word, if I didn't read the Bible, I would be sinking. This is why it's so important to read the word and know what the promises are, to know that, okay, well, I can feel like this and it's valid, but I have a hope that far outweighs it. These trials are producing a glory that goes way beyond what my mind can even grasp. Therefore, I will persevere. Surrendering to the Spirit is going to lead you into praise. It's just going to bring your spirit into alignment with God and experience that peace that surpasses all understanding. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to the flesh, to the human brain, but there is something in our soul that knows there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to need because we have everything we need in God. He is everything. We are fully satisfied in Him. Our flesh wants to think that we need something to be content. The truth is, I really don't need anything. All I need is God. Perseverance.